Hello everyone, my name is Nancy, and if you did not know that, well then my name is Nancy and welcome to my channel. First things first, I have finally learned how to use the pause button on my phone, so there will be plenty of jump cuts, such as this one, but most importantly, this one. So those will be included in my today's video, and today's video will be 3 short little story times about my childhood life. Beginning with one that is not about my childhood life, my job. This happened a few weeks into working there, and this customer came in and he was looking for an item that he said he had bought from us before, like a few months ago. I was like, all right. I'm like, well, what's it called? And he was like, oh, it's Cornmeal. And I was like, Cornmeal? And I was like, I have no idea what that is. I'm like, do you know where you would find it? And he was like, probably the baking section. I'm like, oh, I don't know what the baking section is. Lego. So I take him and he's looking for it, and I'm also looking for it because I have no idea what Cornmeal is. I'm like, Cornmeal? So he doesn't find it, and he was like, there's some here, but it's not the brand that I want. And I was like, oh, there's a different brand. I'm like, you're sure you bought it from us? And he was like, yeah. So I said, okay, let me look it up on the computer. So we go to the computer, and I'm like, okay, Cornmeal. And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, Cornmill. And he's like, no, Cornmeal. And I was like, yeah, Cornmeal. And he's like, that's not how you spell it. I'm like, how do you spell it? And he's like, Cornmeal. And I'm like, Cornmeal. And he was like, yeah, Cornmeal. And I was like, girl, no, Cornmeal. And I was like, and I didn't type it the way I did, and I wasn't saying it the way I was because I was being racist or offensive or something. It's just, that's how I heard it. And if he would have said Cornmeal, I would have understood better. But he said Cornmeal, and I was very confused. So that was my short little story time about the time I was kind of racist to one of my customers without knowing it. My second story is about the time that I drank expired apple juice in Mexico. Sorry, I don't know why. So when I went to Mexico, it's when I was very young. I was tops 10 years old. So me and my brother went one year, and when we went, my grandma, A1 MVP, always had the fridge stocked for us for cheese and yogurt and cereal and all the good stuff. Most importantly, apple juice. Apple juice in Mexico is the best thing in the world. I don't know why. I don't know what they put in it, drugs or something, but I love apple juice. I could not get enough of the apple juice. So one time she was in the kitchen with my uncle, and I was watching TV in the living room, and I got thirsty, and I was like, I don't want to go all the way over there. So I sat around, and I was like, there's nothing to drink. And then I saw it. I saw this glass full of apple juice, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. And in that moment, I was just like, I can't. Thank you, Jesus. And so I grabbed it, and I was like, yes. And I got the biggest gulp of my life because apple juice is the greatest thing in the world. And I drank it, and I was like, ew. I'm like, this thing tastes sour. It tastes what is it called? Rancio. It tasted sour. It tastes expired. So I grab it. Hold on, let me grab my apple juice. I grab it this Tampico. And I go to the kitchen, and I'm like, Grandma, there was some apple juice on the table, and I drank it, and it tastes expired. What apple juice? This apple juice. My grandma snatched the apple juice so fast from my hands, and she smacked me in the head, and she was like, this isn't apple juice. She's like, this is beer. And I was like, I was like, I'm so sorry, Jesus. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Jesus. And I got so meh, I was like, and I was like, oh, it tastes so nasty. And that's probably the reason why I don't drink now. I don't know. Anyway, out of topic. Yeah, so she told me it was beer, and I was very sad, and I prayed to Jesus that day because I'm sorry, Jesus, that I drank something other than your wine. And that's it. There's not really an ending there. I chugged down some apple juice because go hard or go home, And so for my last story, this is about the time that I ventured out on my own when I was very young without my mother. So you need a little backstory here. Let me turn off the car really quick. The backstory here is we have a laundromat where we do laundry, of course. What else do you do there? But sometimes I like to go to laundry to cook, you know. So we don't go there. We don't ever go there. We go to this place like down the street from our apartments, like a block and a half. About, I don't even know what a block is, but let's just pretend that I do. It's about like a block or a block and a half away from my house. So the reason we don't go to ours, the one that's downstairs, is because on regular laundry places you have like 3 options. You have like cold, lukewarm, and hot. Over here at my apartments, it says that, but you know what you get? You get hot, really hot, and scorching hot. Like that. Those are your 3 options. Your clothes are gonna shrink. You know, it's really expensive. It's terrible. So we don't ever go there. So one time my mom was like, what did she say? Sorry. Focus. She was like, I'm going to the laundromat. Like, do you want to go? And I was like 8 years old. And I was like, oh, I don't want to go to laundry. And I was like, yeah, Mom, I'll go with you. And she's like, okay. She's like, meet me downstairs. And I was like, hold up, Mom. I was trying to put my shoes on and she wasn't letting me. And she was like, just meet me over there. And I was like, okay. I'm like, oh, I'll meet you over there, I guess. So I see she doesn't pack, like, because we didn't have a car back then. We would just use a stroller and put, like, all our clothes in there, like, bags and, like, tubs of stuff and, like, you know, whatever. We used to, like, fill up the little baby stroller. So this time she hadn't packed it, and I was like, why didn't she pack it? When I went downstairs, she wasn't there. And then I was like, huh. And so I'm like, okay, I guess I'll start walking by myself since my mom wants to leave me. So I get out, like, out of my apartments, and I look down the street, and I see her, and she's a tiny little woman, and I was like, oh, Mom. So I started, like, walking, and then I'm like, it's kind of scary out here, so I run to her, and I realize, this is not my mother, it's not my mom, it's some random lady, and I was like, damn. So I kind of, like, walk past her, I'm like, damn, my mom walks fast. I'm like, she's a tiny little lady, and it's, like, all the way down the street, and I still don't see her. It's getting hot again, and I turn the car. So I get to the actual laundromat and I'm like, did I like start past my mom? I did not see her. She does not walk this fast, because I was almost running because my tiny little baby self did not want to get kidnapped. So I get to the laundromat and we only go to one aisle usually. We go to this like second aisle of this place. So I go there and she's not there, and I'm like, heart starts beating a little faster. I guess start getting a little worried, and I'll go around the whole thing, and my mom's nowhere to be found. So I'm like, where's my mother? And so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait here for a minute. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna wait here. I'm like, I'm gonna get kidnapped. I'm gonna throw him in the little dishwasher, because dishwashers exist in the laundromat. And so I get out and I like start walking, and then I see this couple in front of me. I'm like, ooh, like, I'm your child, okay? And I like walk behind them like a little baby. And as I started getting closer to my apartments, I see my mom outside of the apartments, and I'm like, mother. So I run to her. I'm like, mother, why have you betrayed me? And she smacks me. The first thing she does is smack her child, and she smacks me in the head, and she's like, where did you go? And I was like, Mom, like, I went to the laundromat, like you said. And she's like, I didn't go over there. I'm like, I went down here. And I was like, makes sense. No wonder I didn't pass you, you know, going to the laundromat. No wonder, like, you didn't pack anything. And she just hugs me, and like she's like, she doesn't cry, but she's like, eh. I'm like, eh, too. And so that was a little tiny story of the time that I ventured out on my own without my mother. And then when I saw her, I met her again. She hit me, and that's basically it. 3 little short stories for you guys to enjoy about my childhood, my crazy little child self, my baby self. So if you did somehow or somewhat giggle or smirk, or, you know, as I say, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, and turn on my notifications if you haven't either, because, you know, you never know when I'm gonna post. You know, I'm full of surprises sometimes. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below what you would like to see. One of my next videos is probably gonna be places I want to go and my hobbies, as my boyfriend's sister recommended me to, which I think it's a really good idea. So thank you for watching. Guys, I'll see you on the next video. Yay, bye.